All right, just a short video to highlight a couple reversals from today, just to teach what we were looking at, why we made the call, and so on. So PVA was one of them. Didn't have this on watch, but it caught my attention because it was starting to get that downside shape. Whenever the price candle and volume candle look like they're reaching out to touch each other, becomes interesting to me. All right. Now, here's the daily chart. Okay, this is what it looked like. And this is another reason it was interesting. Okay, it had broken this support, or this, this low. I don't want to call that support because really it's just kind of one price. It's not a long base there, but it had broken this low from mid-April, but it had fallen 1, 2, 3. This was the fourth day in a row down to break that support. So I like to try to catch these or catch reversals on an intraday basis when they've done that, when they're down 3 or 4 days in a row and kind of hanging out below a recent low. Okay. A lot of times you can get at least a snapback to retest that recent low. So for that reason, this was really interesting to me. Now let me go back to 5-minute candles here. Again, this is what it looked like when I put the chat room on notice. Hey, put PVA on a chart. 5 more minutes, starts to look interesting, but then keeps going down, and then a nice narrow 5-minute candle right there. And then an even prettier one right there. So it's finally starting to find support. And remember, this volume and this shape, this goes to show you don't dive right in. You still want to wait for a candlestick setup. So went ahead and called it long over this narrow candle with a stop below it. All right, so you're talking 1466, 1455 stop. Only 11 cents risk, and we literally pegged the bottom there. It did go lower later, but this thing got all the way up to over 1520. That's a nice 30 to 40 minute move. Easy money in our pocket, and like I said, it did roll over later, but we're day traders, and that was a pretty easy one. Now, Dollar General is another one I want to talk about, and this one wasn't a huge bounce, but I'm really proud of the call, and here's why. Kind of the same deal, but kind of not. All right, if you loosely connect, wrong one. If you loosely connect the tops of the candles here, all right, there's really nothing going on there. Then it starts to push down, little sideways, pushes down again, sideways, pushes down again. But if you notice right here, you get a subtle shape change in the pitch, all right, and then accompanied by this. So again, you've got price and volume sort of reaching out. This in and of itself is already interesting as possible intraday capitulation. Now this has already fallen pretty far anyway. Now you're getting shape change. So what I do next is I look at the longer term chart to see if there's any support. Now here it is going back, about 10 days, and using, 30-minute candles here. And you can see you had a very nice bounce off of 5620. Remember, it was coming down to that point when I noticed it. It's basically in a range, okay? It's in a range, and it's down near the bottom of the range, and this has fallen pretty far to get to the bottom of the range. So I don't look at a break below 5620 as a breakdown, not when it's already, fallen this far to get there. So I'm looking for a bounce off of support. All right, so here we are back to 5-minute candles there. You can see the shape change again. And went ahead and just called this long at 56.21. Stop at 56.17. It was that tight, 4 cents. And we got a nice move all the way up over 56.50. Again, that's not a huge move, but a very tight stop. Big intraday move into the bottom of a range. Great place to look for a bounce. And we had other trades today, but those are the two I'm highlighting. A couple reversals from today, and I'll quit babbling. We'll talk to you tomorrow.